Okay.
All right, Jeremy.
Hi,
Jeremy, where'd you grow up? Where are you from originally?
I'm from Syracuse, New York. Upstate Syracuse, New York.
You still live there?
I still live there. I moved back. I moved away for a while, moved back to pursue different things. But yeah, I'm from Syracuse, New York originally, and I grew up with my parents, both mom and dad. Unconditional love. They're really cool, and I appreciate them. But I think, I've always felt different. I don't know how to explain that except
Retroactive.
that I felt different growing up. Alone, I was isolated by my peers, and it was really hard.
You have to ask a peer that.
When did that become noticeable for you?
As far back as I can remember.
Always.
Always.
Which makes no sense.
Anxiety?
Anxiety, mood swings, which I didn't understand obviously then. I didn't know they were mood swings. I just thought they were like, that I was just, sensitive. That's what people would say. They'd be like, oh, he's just extra sensitive. And I would freak out at teachers. I'd freak out at people. Which now I know is me becoming manic and having a manic episode, which I learned way too late in life.
Saw a doctor and got diagnosed?
Yeah, I saw a doctor. I've been diagnosed. I've seen multiple doctors because I haven't had the right medicine yet. Now I'm on the right medicine, but it took 2 years to get the right medicine. Like, there has been times where I was either a zombie or I was just completely out of it.
How long did it go before you saw a doctor?
6 years.
Until I was like 29.
Oh, really? So all through high school you were...
It was horrible.
Yeah,
in
my
high school, I
high
just
school
was like,
sucked at the end. My
I
university sucked.
like singled out. My whole class singled me out. I was different because I guess I just reacted differently than everybody else. And I was just an easy target. So that's really what it came down to. Like, someone who has like a flaw, people will, especially younger kids, they'll pick it out and they'll just like make you feel as bad as possible because that's just how it is growing up. But then I got to college. College is great. College was great because I got to experience a lot of different people. And I got to experience different professors that were amazing, that taught me a lot of different like ways of thinking and everything like that. I was still really depressed. I know I was. I didn't realize it at the time, if that makes sense, like in it. But I was going through like waves, and I was still dealing with like friends that would become my friends, and then quickly like they would like think I'm too much.
You were having episodes?
Episodes.
Up and down
all the time. And at that time,
I don't let that shit influence my friendships that much.
right before college, I was diagnosed with Crohn's. So that was really rough, actually, the Crohn's. And it didn't come to complete fruition that I would find out later on that, like, getting Crohn's was because of my mental illness. And they said that later on that because I had mental illness, that it causes the ulcers and causes all the problems. So that was super interesting.
How was it Crohn's then?
And what were you finally diagnosed with?
Schizoaffective.
What is that exactly?
It's basically extreme bipolar. I'm on medicine now for it. I smoke a lot of weed. It's basically me getting really too manic and too freaked out. And my first time that, when I was diagnosed with it, I was given a lot of Xanax. A lot of it. Like candy. And they just told me, take the little ones when you felt anxious. I kept taking them, and I would take them until I just wanted to be like not there anymore. And it was the only thing that I found like any salvation in. And at the same time, when I was on that, I had painkillers prescribed to me too, and I was taking those way too much. And everything at once was like hitting me, and I wasn't feeling myself, and I really just, I wanted to die.
So do
How
we
serious
all.
did that get?
Well, obviously, fucking pretty serious.
I took a bunch of Xanax one night,
Fucking dying.
and some painkillers, and I just didn't want to wake up in the morning. And I woke up, and I was like, oh my God, I think I need to go get help. And so I told my wife that
You never committed
I
suicide
really
again.
wasn't feeling good, and that what I was planning on doing, and she called an Uber, and I went in to a psychiatric
Well,
ward.
that's America, eh?
And when I was in there, I was around a lot of crazy, I hate to say that word, that's horrible, obviously, but I was around a lot of just like people that were dealing with a lot of similar things. And it made me feel less alone, which was really cool. And they had programs, and I went through programs, and it was really hard to get off of Xanax. Way too hard. But I did. And then they prescribed me other medicine, and now I'm on an antidepressant, antipsychotic, and I'm on similar drugs that people who have leukemia for my Crohn's. And that's for the rest of my life.
And you doing better?
I'm doing great now, personally. And I am very thankful for having a great support system. I've stayed in programs. I am working on myself the best that I personally can. And I think that you have to like find it within you to do that. Sorry. It's not easy. Like, I literally want a Xanax right now.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying not to even puff on the vape. I'm really like, I'm trying to just talk. And I know it's not easy. And I'm like really, really trying right now.
Your wife struggled through some of these ups and downs?
She has struggled so much. She's a trooper. Do you know how many times cops have gotten called on me? I've never been arrested, but the cops have been called on me, and they don't think that there's like a manic episode. They'll think I'm like on drugs.
Yeah.
Which is like really fucked up.
Are you using drugs as well?
I just smoke weed. Yeah, that's it. I've never done any like hard drugs. I've never like.
No, but you behave like it sometimes.
Do I?
No, I don't know you, but I assume if you're extreme bipolar, schizoaffective, you're probably behaving like
Yeah.
some of these other.
Cops come in and they've had their hands on their guns, like, and I'm just like, are you fucking serious? And I literally will be in a manic episode, so I'll just be freaking out on them.
How does he determine what's a manic episode?
I don't mean to. It's not like something I'm sitting there like, oh yeah, come on. Let's have a good old time, you know what I mean?
Can't control it.
Can't control it. Knock on wood, there's no buttons. Knock on wood, I'm doing well so far. I haven't like freaked out. I was on this trip, I'm doing well. I have a support system with me on my trip. I have support system anywhere I go, just in case.
It's only been a few years that you've been medicated.
Yes,
How old are you now?
I am 32.
32.
Yep.
So your friends kind of knew what was going on with you?
No. I kept a lot to myself. But the closest friends I've told, and this is the first time me sharing this, really. I mean, my family knows, some of my family knows. But
I can guarantee you there's somebody watching this who's probably going through something very similar and they don't know what to do about it.
yeah, I hope so.
Your life improved since you were diagnosed and
Oh.
medicated correctly?
Yes, everything is way better now.
Mhm.
I'm a dad. I'm sorry, I forgot to share. I'm a dad, full-time dad. That's what I do. I'm a full-time dad. I love it. 2 years old. She's the best thing. She's amazing. And that's what I do is I stay with my daughter. I stay home with my daughter, and I do art.
Your wife works.
My wife works, yeah. And I mean, I make money from my art, but
Fuck, Jesus.
it's not.
Oh, God.
I'm an artist. What the heck do you want from me? You know what I mean? It's not like you make money off of art. I try. I do the best I can. I draw, paint, music, everything, movies.
What are the
Creative
downsides of
genius.
your new medicated self?
More environment.
Okay, sometimes when I'm manic, I can do things, I feel like. That's true. I got on Warped Tour because I was super manic. And it was like 3 a.m. in the night time, and I emailed the guy who like runs it, and I was like,
Just the
I'm in this
confidence.
band. I'm not in anymore. I was in this band. I was like, please put us on this. Blah, 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 blah. And I gave my story and everything like that. And he was like, all right. And I was like, whoa, that's cool. But that's rare. When I'm manic, sometimes I feel like a superhero. Like, dead serious. Is that weird?
No. I've seen people behave like that a lot.
Yeah. I feel like I can do anything. But no, I'm just me. And I'm like, it was a lot to become comfortable as me. It was really hard. It was really, oh, I'm sorry, I'm gonna touch the mic. It took a lot to be comfortable as me. And if people don't like me, I just kind of just go, all right, whatever. It is what it is. There's a lot of people out there that are my friends, and they do accept me for who I am. And the people that don't anymore, that's up to them.
Your instability kept you from having a lot of close relationships?
Yeah. Anytime I got close, I would just like, people would just like judge me. Dang. You know, it's crazy. I do therapy every Monday, and I thought I was prepared to talk about all of this, and it's just so interesting now, like actually sitting here going through it in my head. Because I was literally made to feel like I was nothing for years.
By who?
Everybody. All my peers. My
That's
parents
the
were great
schizophrenia.
though.
He doesn't talk
My dad
much
worked a
about
lot.
the schizophrenia.
My mom was there.
But how do you know this? That's just what it is. I have the exact same thing.
But I don't think they really like were understanding of what was going on. A lot of people told me it was hormones. A lot of people told me it was hormones. And that's crazy. But unfortunately, it's just this thing in my head, and I'm doing much better with my Crohn's colitis. Everything is doing great. Everything is like been great ever since I've been diagnosed and been on the right medicine for my brain. I only have to be on one pill now for my my autoimmune disease, which before I was on a lot of other medicine, which was crazy too. But yeah, I mean, I'm doing much better. I'm very thankful you giving me this time to share my story, because I think that if somebody out there is dealing with this too, they can get help.
What do you wish
Nope, not
you had
me.
done earlier?
Seek help.
Seek help. Yeah.
Or the problem is that I don't think there was help. Or if there was help, I didn't know about it. If someone told me about it,
Information
You
about
have
these
to
kind of
believe
things
it.
is
just in general, I didn't know about like therapy. I didn't know about therapy. I didn't know about like,
I didn't think I needed it.
I know about getting like medicine to help you. But the problem is that you have to get the right medicine. Because I was on the wrong medicine. I almost died on it. So, yeah. I mean, I've done so much now. Like I now use my art to get out all of my whatevers when I'm feeling a certain way. If I feel manic, I know it. I go out, I smoke, and I'll work on something.
and that'll stabilize you.
Yeah, whether it's a painting or a song or just anything. I just sit there and I try my hardest to just get it out that way, and it's very therapeutic. And I think with the mixture of the right medicine and with therapy and with my art, I'm doing much better. It's cool. I'm thankful.
And you're happier now.
I'm so much happier. I really am. I honestly have still moments where I get in a manic episode, but it's nothing like when I'm on my medicine.
Give me an example of how bad it would get when you were unmedicated.
Unmedicated, to the point where I'm in a closet bleeding on the ground, like, because I just cut myself. And I have a cop coming in, and I'm like rolling on the ground saying like I want to go to outer space. That's some real shit. Never shared that before. But yeah, I was like on the phone with my dad and I was talking to him. And
That where I just don't share shit. Like, I'm so ashamed.
I was just like, he's just like, you're not my son. When that's going on, I'm like, I know.
Was there anybody
Yeah.
else in your family that had similar behaviors?
I don't know. That's really interesting. I know a lot of my family, but like there's some family I just don't know that well. And I would love to know. That would be really cool. And I'm wondering if that's like something I can look up.
What's your biggest fear now?
Medication.
Being
Or
alone.
relapse.
Because I like push everybody away from me because of like my mental illness. I still am afraid of that. Like,
I was trying to guess.
it's not easy being around me.
Mine is just fucking
Sometimes.
the same thing, actually.
And I try my hardest to be as calm and collective as possible. And just chill.
That's probably the hardest thing with people that have these kind of mental illnesses is what they need most is connection, but they behave in a way that pushes people away.
Yeah,
Am I even streaming right now? Oh, yeah.
that sucks. But,
How long you been married?
ready for this?
12 years.
2014. The math on that would be 12 years.
Oh!
Yes, but I've been with her for 12 years.
Okay.
Oh.
I know that off the top of my head. College sweetheart.
She rode through some of the ups and downs with you.
Oh, she's my
That's a
road dog.
vape?
Love her. It's amazing. She's been there for everything. It's not easy. Even this morning, I was like a little like all over the place, and she was just like, "You need to get your shit together." And I was like, I know. And I had this all planned out, like what I was gonna say, and I've completely gone off track.
It's all right. You're doing good. You're doing great.
I'm trying, man. I literally am very just.
If you could take all the positives for mental illness, in not necessarily in like not necessarily in like symptomatic expression in your brain, but the exerted effect. Like for instance, being manic, being very grandiose, and getting some Wakefest thing, whatever that is. Get a spot at like 3 a.m. Or creative ability. Would you take it? Hold on, is there a difference between sex? Fuck. That's gonna delay. When was this made? 2019? 2004. This says you're ugly, but you have incredible variable mental traits. This is a true statement. Its delusions, hallucinations, and other symptoms begin in adolescence or early adulthood, and so devastate sexual relationships and reproductive success that selection should have eliminated the disorder long ago. And yet it remains. Okay, whatever.
It's like,
Would you take the grandiose confidence? Would you take the thought broadcasting? I don't really understand thought broadcasting. I don't see its benefit in terms of exerted behavior. But this is a common theme of schizophrenia. Well, like the paranoia to predict. All the positives, none of the negatives. Would you take it?
I'm good now. I'm better than I was.
Thank God for the medications, right?
Now, if you had all the negatives, would you take it?
Yeah, man. God-ish. You know. I think the universe.
Jeremy, what would you say is the most important lesson you've learned in all of this journey of yours?
Being very thankful for everything. I'm so happy I'm not dead.
It's because you claim close to death.
True statement.
True
If I could
statement.
get anything out of this, I'm so happy I'm not dead. I'm like happy to be alive. I'm happy to be here right now. I'm happy to be doing this. I'm just happy to be in the city. I'm happy to be a dad and a husband. It's cool.
That's great.
Yeah, man.
All right, Jerry. Thank you so much for sharing your story.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Good luck with your daughter and everything else.
Appreciate you. Thank you. God, I hope I did well.
Oh, that guy got fucked by negative symptoms and
Hey guys, Dr.
medication.
LSD, yeah, bath salt, acid, different types of drugs going
What
on.
age were you when you started using drugs?
Oh, 15,
15.
no,
That was pot or that was the harder drugs?
just pot.
Just pot.
I didn't even watch the interview, but like nobody acts like that with schizophrenia without medication.
The bath salts and
And if they do, then they're heavily on the low end of schizophrenia.
LSD and the acid started for you when?
That did seem like he was responding to internal stimuli, which is the kind of term we use when we're
Yeah, voices usually is what they call.
describing if someone's having kind of auditory hallucinations or any kind of hallucinations. So we spoke about appearance. In terms of behavior, I think it's a superficial rapport is how I would describe him. He's kind of answering the questions, but he's obviously distracted, not, poor eye contact, not fidgeting,
Well, no shit.
not agitated, but definitely distracted and maybe a little guarded. Guarded is a term we use
That's fair. I think everyone's guarded against people. Not everyone, but like most schizophrenics, especially in the NCRMD system, are completely guarded.
when people aren't forthcoming with information, where, he asked him about his childhood and he said, I grew up in Portland, Oregon. What else do you want to know? That's not very forthcoming. And the next section of their mental state examination is talking about speech.
Unless he has thought broadcasting, in which case you can hear it anyway, so it's not really guarding. It's just kind of quasi-guarding.
He's definitely got a mumbled or slurred speech, and I wonder if it's because of dentition issues, people who smoke ice or
Hold on, what? Let me just judge that again.
Next section of their mental state examination is talking about speech. He's definitely got a mumbled or slurred speech, and I wonder if it's because of dentition issues.
Dentition issues. I don't know how to spell that. What the fuck is this? Yeah, it's... This is a typical fucking psychiatrist, bro.
People who smoke ice or don't go to the dentist or don't brush their teeth regularly can develop problems with their teeth. It's something we see really commonly.
So homeless people can't speak then. At all. But this guy... Fucking God.
Mental health hospitals, and you know, if you have a mental illness and you have poor distress tolerance, it's going to be really hard to pull out a tooth that's rotting, so it just usually stays there. It's hard to treat any cavities.
Or he's just heavily medicated. Or has low fucking functioning. Like he's just overwhelmed by all of his symptoms in a negative way.
So yeah, dentition is really a big problem in mental illness and mental health management. I've had patients who can only say 1 or 2 words at a time because they've got such sore teeth, and all we can do is give antibiotics because they won't let us go near it. And all we can do is give, like, you know, if it's infected, antibiotics and some pain relief because they won't let us go near it. In terms of, we haven't talked about mood, but in terms of his affect, you can kind of, he's got this.
I don't know a single person at the hospital. We have a dentist at the hospital. And I don't know a single fucking person who doesn't seek help. I knew one guy, he said, he apparently, well, according to the staff, they offered to take him to the dentist, and he said no, and then his tooth started hurting, so he started banging on the office door, which is like a huge, like, that's gonna get you moved units. And it did. It actually got him moved units. Like, he was just fucking... He was throwing shit at staff. Like, it was fucking... It was out of control behavior. And then he got his tooth removed, and that was it.
Dysphoric, kind of reduced range of motion in his facial expressions. Affect is you know, what their face kind of looks like. Affect kind of is about the reactivity of their face. And you know, I have a euphoric reactive affect, I hope, with a normal range and expression, and now I'm over exaggerating, but people with schizophrenia might have a very flat, reduced range of motion when they're speaking. It all relates to the dopaminergic neurobiological processes going on in the brain and how...
That's a fancy way of saying, we don't know, we're just going to say it's dopamine.
That relates to kind of facial expression and movement. Now, drugs. What is the relationship between drugs and schizophrenia?
Why is a doctor? So I guess they can't just say, we don't know.
Well, it's actually very complicated to study, but what the current thinking is that people have...
What is schizophrenia?
What is the relationship between drugs and schizophrenia? Well, it's actually very complicated to study, but
so
what the current thinking is that people have different brains. Some brains are vulnerable to going into psychosis with drugs. I mean, anyone can get...
See what I mean? It's these vastly broad statements that basically say it happens in some people, it doesn't happen in other people. We don't know why. By the way, it admits that we don't know why because he's a doctor and he's
put into psychosis with the right amount of drugs. If I give anyone enough methamphetamine, they'll become psychotic. But different people.
That's not true. Why is there a Parkinson's taken? Methamphetamine. I'm pretty sure it's contraindicated, but... Parkinson's patient who takes methamphetamine. Oh, I took methamphetamine. It's kind of a shit drug. Okay, we're gonna check this. I want to actually see this because there's no study, which means it's either not a risk or nobody has done it. Because if you notice the rhetoric, hold on, let me go back. Methamphetamine use and future risk. Methamphetamine, yeah, that's the same study. Parkinson's risk and yeah, whatever. Does methamphetamine cause Parkinson's? Yeah, it's probably. Parkinson's not a feature of. What is this? Methamphetamine is just. That's a study journal or like a. How do I search? Parkinson's. Parkinson. Yeah, I mean, the studies aren't wrong, and they say that it will give you Parkinson's, but that's not what I'm after. It's interesting because neuroleptics or antipsychotics block the dopamine receptors. So they fuck you up if you take them with Parkinson's. If you get Parkinson's and psychosis, you're fucked. And I saw this documentary, Levodopa, which is a precursor to dopamine, is the most effective medication for alleviating symptoms. And methamphetamine boosts your dopamine, among other things. But yeah, it's mostly dopamine. Okay.
Have different vulnerabilities at different
Well, that was inconclusive.
doses, and thinking around weed.
So we don't know what the fuck happens. I can't just say, it's probably bad to take. A lot of people would say a person with Parkinson's should not take methamphetamine. And to that I say, okay. But if somebody gives like thalidomide to a leper, and you said you shouldn't do that, how would you feel?
Is that it can
Not saying that that's the same thing. I'm just saying it's a scenario.
precipitate psychosis in someone who's going to develop psychosis earlier in their life. And if you don't do it at all, then the psychosis may never have developed. So weed is very much not good, especially THC heavy weed, the psychedelic kind of weed. That's not. He's just got a poverty of content. He's really unwell and probably needs a lot of. I think this guy needs better treatment. Can't just treat the mental illness without addressing the drugs and alcohol. So this guy has dual diagnosis, schizophrenia and drug or substance use disorder.
So do I.
And you need to target both of them, because if you
Except if they took the conditions away from me right fucking now, I still wouldn't use. Like, it's not. I have literally set a limit of before I try any sort of drug or alcohol even, I wait 5 years. Like, I'm so far from using. I don't know why I interjected with that.
keep cooking your brain with meth, there's no drugs that are going to help with that.
What's been the lowest point of your life?
So that was an example of responding to unseen stimuli. You could see him mouthing to nothing and mumbling. Yeah.
No, he's voicing his thoughts. I know exactly what that feeling is like. Does he close his lips?
Responding to unseen stimuli, you would see if you keep cooking your brain with meth. So that was an example of if you keep cooking your brain with meth, there's no drugs that are going to help
Wait,
with
what
it.
did he do?
What's been the lowest point of your life?
So that was an example of responding to unseen stimuli. You would see him mouthing to nothing and mumbling. Yeah.
I would say
What?
now.
Right now? Makes sense. Dealing with schizophrenia has got to be very difficult, right? I think if you're not taking the medications, you can just spiral downward and makes it hard to even get your life together again, right?
You were saying?
Dealing with schizophrenia must be very difficult, especially if you're not taking the medication.
Oh, it's not difficult to deal with. It can be though.
Yeah. Are you taking the medications?
Fucking, that's the fucking dissonance. What is coming to the fucking blatant dissonance where this guy is just in his own fucking world. He's probably has thought broadcasting with voices, which makes him so impaired.
No.
And are you staying in a tent here in Skid Row, or
No, I understand on the streets.
you're just on the street without a tent?
So with people who are homeless like this, who obviously aren't taking their oral medications, a depot is undeniably the best choice. Like,
Costs like, how much does it cost? For mine, it costs. Abilify maintainer. Cost. Dude, this is fucking painful to read. Canada. Right, I forgot that you guys don't have the same prices sometimes. So, 2,388. The wholesale. What does this mean? Yeah, okay, that's what I thought it meant. So, assuming you could get a prescription, the average cost is $50 per month. That's like how many points in math? I would rather take the math than that.
even if people have stable and lives with
If I was well, a person who liked math, even.
the home and even supports, a depot usually has better outcomes than oral. When I say depot, I mean like a monthly intramuscular injection of antipsychotic.
Who is this guy? Like, maybe I do this where I don't explain it properly because I know all the nomenclature. But, like, basically they jab you in the arm, in a muscle. That muscle part's irrelevant, though. They just jab you in the arm. Like right here, or in your butt. And it lasts for 4 weeks, 28 days.
And some people don't like them because of a lot of reasons. But for someone like Chris, he absolutely needs one.
What you'd like to do in your life or anything like that?
Thank your doctor for your diagnosis and your prescription, your prognostication.
Um,
Oh, this This is painful to watch.
Look at Mr. Post Malone. Doesn't he look better without tattoos? So I was playing Magic the Gathering with a friend the other day who suggested that there's very little you can do. You know, it has to from mechanical
Why don't you
restraints.
freeze the
And if it
frame?
is done, it is not sustained for very long. It's always sustained for the minimum amount of time. So if someone is restricted as a psychiatrist,
Amitriptyline.
So in this episode of Medication Mondays, we're talking about amitriptyline. Amitriptyline is an interesting medication. It's been around for a long time, and I think I'd like to think of it as a bit of a shotgun medication in that it has an effect on a lot of different the
Cool. Well, hopefully he's a doctor. I wish all the best for him. It's such a cop-out to think that just because heaven exists, you get there. Like, it doesn't, like, that doesn't fly with me, you know? I'm gonna go pee. Do always react me? Oh wow. That's you, Rob. Isn't it? Alright, chicken shits. I need to continue on with the magic fit. Let's actually check that with Arrowhead. Sildenafil, Viagra. Sildenafil. But I thought Viagra came up. Wasabi. What the fuck is this? £220. This has to be ironic. Not Cialis, eh? Let's use Google search engine. Oh, it's farms. Oh, it has the P. Fucking Christ. Okay, well, we'll fix this. Cough. Grant Stoddard, I hope you're living the best life you can. Sobriety, that's the knife at your hand. Where does he say cough? Condoms check. Embarrassing. Pussy, just being a pussy all those years ago. Just about to barf halfway. Coughing couldn't stop. Coughing up, I feel like I take it without coughing on the pelvis. This is not what I'm looking for. Okay. What does phosphodiesterase do? Alright, so this is good shit. Somnolence. Is there a link between eyesight and sex?
That's a sharp-looking car. Is that the new Kia K4?
It is. With its striking LED lights, I stand out wherever I go.
Looks like there's tons of tech inside.
So much. It even has wireless smartphone charging.
Is the K4 fun to drive?
Definitely. And I get peace of mind with the lane keep assist and its 5-year, 100,000-kilometer warranty.
Hi, you lied to me. Also, why is
Kia
Google
K4.
here?
And right now, get a $500 spin bonus during the Count on Kia savings event.
Would you like me to leave?
But you're not Google.
I'm starting that now. That's my name now.
No, it's not. So, I was thinking, right? I was thinking, and I'm 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 thinking, I'm thinking, I'm thinking, I'm thinking, jab, 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 jab.
Orange, Google, Jab Jab. That's gonna be my new name.
Oh yeah? It's a good name, jab, jab.
Garther.
Garther.
Last name.
Garther.
Garther. Well, yeah, I guess. Yeah, we could change my last name slightly to Garther. Orange, Google, Jab Jab, Garther.
Barfer. Maybe Jarther to Garfer. Barfer, rather. What are you doing?
And that's how I drink. Your turn.
Okay, so I was thinking, right? I've been fucking thinking this whole time. You're like, your turn. That's so impudent. Don't roll your eyes at me, you.
Don't call me impotent.
I said impudent.
I know, impotent.
You have a very big penis, Michael. I was thinking about that today.
To experience it.
What?
You have yet to experience it, despite thinking that at some point I wanted to give it to you.
When did I think that?
When you kept telling me you're not gay.
Oh, fuck off. That was not. It was literally. You weren't coming on to me in the sense of, like, sexual sense. You were coming on to me as if I was gay. But you weren't gay at the time because I don't see you as gay. I see you as yourself.
The situation of you having to tell me repeatedly that you're not gay must have been that I was coming on to you as if you were, because I was interested and I wanted to give you the tea.
Well, I don't remember that night, so it didn't happen. I've thought about that. I know your memories are your memories, and my memories are my memories. And I've thought about that. You can have them.
Okay, thanks.
No. Do not turn off your camera.
They're
No.
mine. They're my
No.
memories now.
Okay, so I was thinking, right? And I just looked it up. Sex addiction and eyesight. Do you think there's a link? It seems...
You're gonna have to elaborate.
So, Viagra...
Yes, all blind people are sex addicts.
I could see that, actually. They're horny dogs.
Yeah, that's why they went blind. You're told that all the time.
Oh,
If
yeah.
you look at too much porn, you'll go blind.
Oh, fuck, that's true. Eh? That could be a thing. Yeah. Because Poppers has retinal damage, Viagra has retinal changes.
Okay.
Methamphetamine, I haven't looked it up yet, but I literally just noticed, and this is very scanty and I'm surmising, but I was just wondering if there is a link between your actual eyesight, or your eyes, or both,
And being a sex addict.
and just sexual activity.
People,
Not necessarily addict, but sexual activity.
so do people who have worse vision have a higher sex drive?
That's what I'm thinking. Is I literally just searched it up, and then you magically appeared out of not going to Fur Hall, I might add.
Because that's at 7. I just didn't know if they were going to do our regular
Oh,
scheduled programming
fuck.
prior to 7 o'clock.
You are correct, my man. You act like that was like the decent, like the most dastardly thing you could have done.
It's how I was raised.
Oh yeah.
Don't do that kind of thing.
Ralphie!
He
Ralphie!
has terrible vision.
Tonight. You.
I'm gonna go get chips. I'll be back.
Okay. Okay, I've solved it. What's going on?
Nothing. I didn't drop you.
I didn't hear that, so, you know, I didn't hear the dropping, but I did hear you say you didn't drop me, so. Okay, I've solved it. This is actually already known. Basically, there's a syndrome, a rare neurological syndrome that affects your eyes and surrounding area on one side of your face. It's called Horner syndrome.
What's that have to do with sex?
Well, because it's horny, or syndrome.
I figured that's where you were going.
Okay. You weren't sure, eh?
I was hoping it was not, but yeah.
Why? That's a good joke. Hold on, let me finish this. Okay. Sorry, I hate that No, having poor vision does not typically cause a higher sex drive. In fact, research that shows there's a lower sex drive between men. Oh, there you go. That proves it. There is a correlation between eyesight and sex drive, sex frequency, or sexual activity, particularly in men. What you doing? You on the Google?
I'm going to try and add your phone number.
Yes, that's a good idea, because I will always be able to give you the code when you're on here at least.
As long as you're around.
Yeah, it should be. So what, I just email you if you're not around?
And you don't disown me.
No, I can't. Are you just gonna spam me with, like, phone numbers?
No.
Hold on, brother, I'm on the phone.
Can I only do one phone number?
Probably. You ever just get those zips that pop and they, like, explode?
Do I get them?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe, eh?
Security. That just explode. I mean, yeah, but they don't usually get that far.
I had one. I don't know if I told you about it. No, I don't think I did. But I was. It was on the top right side of my head, and basically, I touched it and I was like, wow, that's really tender. And then I squeezed it and fucking boom. I got it on stream too. It like literally exploded.
That's pretty gross.
Yeah, it's funny. I started laughing. Okay, I'm gonna get an email or text or whatever.
You should get a code.
Okay, that code is 059 132. What is this for?
One of my credit cards.
Okay.
Just need to. I think that's where it's done. Okay. Borderlands 2.
Oh, you're getting who very true, Alec?
Trudeau.
You're getting it for Trudeau?
I don't know what you're saying.
Who are you getting it for?
Borderlands?
Yeah.
Ryder.
That's honestly, I've heard that's the best one, and I've only played Borderlands 2, so I would say that's the best one.
Do you know what is absolutely awful?
The singing?
Is that Alec decides, yeah, during movie time,
Oh,
1 day a week.
well, you know.
The guys are trying to watch a movie and he decides to scream at the top of his lungs.
What movie?
I don't know, something with Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, good.
Alright. Borderlands.
What was Jordan gonna think?
What?
Is Jordan okay with that?
I think it keeps. No, he's not even in here watching now.
Yeah, okay.
There's Borderlands.
I like how my doctor says I denigrate possible relationships or current relationships. But like when you look at them, the vast majority of relationships in the hospital are very like that. Whoa. Like I don't have fucking the whole world to have a relationship with. He doesn't even want me going to NA.
And honestly, most people don't have some giant amount of some like great number of amazing relationships.
I don't really understand the point of him saying that then. Like what is it?
I don't know, and don't worry about it. Don't put too much weight into it. Unless you kind of go, hey, unless it rings true, and you go, you know, maybe I need to just. I also don't know why somebody would want to have somebody devalue a relationship that they find immensely beneficial.
Yeah, it's like well, he's denigrating other relationships.
Right?
Oh, but he actually said our.
This one so that the other ones need more.
He actually said that our relationship is actually not beneficial sometimes, or it's actually negative sometimes.
He's entitled to his opinion.
Which is true in a very logical, non-emotional sense that he doesn't understand why I had such a strong response to the first relapse of my life. Like I loved on relapsing.
See, in that regard, I agree. Right?
Your camera's off. What did you say? All I heard was right.
PS4. In that regard, I kind of think he's accurate in saying that.
If I didn't have you, it wouldn't have happened. But if I didn't have you, also, like he admitted saying before that I wouldn't be alive. Like I said that.
So I wouldn't, like I said, I wouldn't put too much weight.
But I just don't understand what the fuck the point of it is.
Opinion.
I don't give a fuck. Either I change based on my own motivation. He's not going to motivate me to change. He can judge me all he wants, but it's not going to motivate me to change.
Yeah. That's kind of what I'm getting at. Is
In that regard, it's like a nudge.
it's up to you, and he's just trying to give you, I guess, some feedback in the report that, but this isn't going to make or break you. In fact, I would look at it and almost say, despite some of this stuff, you actually became a stronger person on your own.
Yes. Like I'm succeeding in the cottages. As much as they can. I don't know. They said some weird shit about how I was isolating, but like I don't smoke. There are people here who smoke and then just don't smoke with anybody.
Yeah.
Like there's all these factors, and it's like I'm just frustrated because it's always frustrating reading the report.
Borderlands 2 was on Windows.
Get the Game of the Year edition. It has all the DLC.
I don't see Borderlands 2 for PS.
Let me fact check that real fast. If it's not on PS4, it's not going to be able to. The Handsome Collection, Borderlands 4.
Is that it? The Handsome Collection is the essential Borderlands compilation and includes the definitive versions of both Borderlands 2 and Borderlands. So is it the Handsome Collection?
Oh yeah, it's Borderlands. It's 2 games in 1. Yeah. It's Borderlands 2 and Borderlands the pre-sequel,
That's annoying.
which is Borderlands 2.5 in order of chronology.
So it's the Handsome Collection.
Yeah, it's just a trick so they can sell one game, which isn't getting any sales, and then the game that's really good for a higher price than Borderlands 2, which is the game that's really good, so they end up getting more money, but they pay the same amount. It's not a bad business strategy, I just think it's fucking lame as fuck. There's only one left in stock, by the way,
Yes.
so you should grab it. Is that actually a true thing?
Where it actually tells you the number?
Yeah.
Oh no, we'll find out.
Oh yeah, I could just refresh the page. See if I could buy it, right? The 034028. I'm your freaking executive now. I'm your little mailman, the postman. I come in with the mail, and it's like instantaneous.
Now look at how much easier that was.
Yeah, it's way easier. Your mom's gonna be sad that she doesn't get her text messages
I was
anymore.
wondering where that was going.
Yeah, that was. I hesitated because I was like, I don't want to.
I know.
Yeah.
It's okay. Hey, good. Well, that's good. Glad that's out of the way.
Okay, so you bought it? Oh, there's still one left in stock. Uh-oh.
Motherfuckers. They caused me FOMO. And
Who
I'm
did?
gonna sue them because now I have PTSD.
FOMO PTSD. So my brother has been really pushy he just started streaming yesterday, and he's like, come on, get your friends in here. Get your online friends to watch my stream. And I'm like, you don't even like them. Why would you want them in your stream?
Numbers.
Yeah, he literally was like, well, because, maybe they'll grow on me, which is a complete bullshit reason, but he's already played with them and determined that he doesn't like them.
Why would you want people to grow on you?
Yeah, maybe they're terrible, but I want them to grow on me.
Yeah. Maybe I'll change my mind.
They have to really grow on me to change my mind, though, like a fungus.
To be fair, I mean, I've changed my mind a little bit. With Angelo.
He actually seems like
To an extent.
he's actually kind of a good guy in some extent. He's very controlling, and he's very greedy, to the point where, he rationalizes frugal. He hasn't gotten me anything that isn't fucking a quarter of what was originally there that he got on sale. But he is still friends with the first person he met from Canada, and he maintains relationships for very long amounts of time, which is I just respect that.
So he told me that he actually, originally, he said that he maintains relationships because it's a networking skill. The more people you know, the further you go.
That's true.
So it's true, but it's not. So it's not because he's a really good guy. It's because he realizes that's how you further yourself.
Yeah.
And he's right.
He is 100% right. But he's so judgmental. It's actually quite funny.
He and I got into it a couple of times. I used to be even more rigid than I am now. And so, but he and I were always kind of able to get to the point where we would go, yeah, we'll just sort of agree to disagree. We had some good back and forth. I think now it's just kind of like, if it works for you, sure, do it. Anything.
He's
As long
got
as you're not hurting somebody else, but some of his beliefs do infringe, in my opinion, on the right of and autonomy of other people's lives.
What do you think of my doctor not allowing me to go to NA? And the reason was because the CTC needs to comment on me going to Clean Start instead of NA. And I don't think that's the real fucking reason, because it makes literally no sense. It doesn't make it to the review board. He doesn't...
He wants reportable programs.
But the reports are done.
Do you know how many times I've been told, no, now at least, that, so Alan got pulled from the DO program. Feruza and May both told me and JF. NAAA doesn't count for anything. They're not reportable. If you're doing them, great, good for you. But
Yep.
we're not going to talk about them in B&B. That's kind of the way the hospital has moved.
It's instead of like a good program.
I don't know how I feel about him keeping you out of it. I don't think he's saying don't go to NA. He's saying don't drop this program for that one. If you wanted to go to NA right now, from 6 to 7 o'clock, if you could find a meeting, he wouldn't say don't go there. You're not allowed to go to NA.
Yeah, but he said he basically is not giving me hours such that I can go to both. Because it's at 8 o'clock, the NA, and the Clean Start is at 6 o'clock.
And if you said I want to do both, he would say no.
Well, yeah, he has to know. I asked for more hours because I wanted to do both, and he's like, nope. So he's basically just saying don't do NA. Because it's not reportable. Yes, I believe so.
He's like, just get your fucking conditional. I've got my neck out there for you.
He suggested that I prepare for the prepare my shit, and I said because he asked me what tools I used or something like that, and I was like, yeah. I said a few, and he was like, yeah, maybe you should prepare for the review board. And I was like, I didn't want to seem contrived. But what I'm going to do...
You can go in there flipping books and papers and saying, I'm nervous, I just wanted to make sure I had all of my stuff ready. You can bring your 2-year coin
Oh, yeah.
and be like, this is what my life is now. You can be like, I know you probably don't want me to pass it around, but this is my life now. I've been in recovery for 2 years. I just got this. I don't think there's anything wrong with showing some of that stuff off a little bit, but I agree with him. Be prepared to tell him what you back it up with.
Yeah, what I was gonna say is, like, examples of where I've used the tools. Like, so, like... Damn, my feet stink. Holy shit.
Ew, I can smell them.
Yeah, I know you can. So, like, when I get, like, a craving for cigarettes, I turn it over, which I have done recently, at least. And, like, when my mood gets all messed up and I'm aware that I'm, like, very sinking into depression and stuff like that, I will just mindfully stop it. Like, I will just focus on my hand, I will realize that my thoughts are just thoughts.
Write all of this stuff down, Brendan. You want to list these things off.
And I give examples, and then hopefully they question me on them so they believe me.
So, just say, here are the techniques I use. This is what I would do. I'd be like, here's the techniques I use. I can also give you examples for each one, how I use them if you'd like me to.
Here are the term what?
You could say, here are the techniques I use, because they'll be if they ask, or you find your time to just interject. And then you can say, if you'd like, I can give you examples on how I've used each one.
I'd rather just give the tool and then an example, and not have to, like, bait it out of them.
Yeah. However you're sort of most comfortable doing that, yeah. But I think it's important that you write it down. You've got, like, turning it over. You've got thought stopping. You've got CBT, DBT. You've got all of these things you've learned how to reframe. You've looked at your value system, right? These hierarchy of values.
Playing the tape.
You've done all of this stuff.
I do it just... It's like
I think it would be really helpful for you to say that you did these things very regularly in the first year of recovery, and they've actually become quite routine for you to do.
Yeah.
When they need to come up. But fact of the matter is I don't have urges and cravings like I did in the first year. Or before my overdose. My overdose changed my life.
Yeah.
And it catapulted me into a life of recovery. And that's where I want to stay.
Yeah, I was thinking today, if they were to remove all my conditions on drugs right now, I still wouldn't use. Because it's like it wouldn't do me any good. Even if they were to completely give me an absolute discharge, I still wouldn't use. I would think about it.
It wouldn't do you any good.
Yeah, I would think about it, but, like, it would fuck me. Like, every time I think about it now, I could get away with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I could get away with it so easily.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't, and they just don't understand that.
Well, no. Because they don't think you can get away with it that easily. Nor can you really say that.
I know, that would just fuck me.
But it is probably helpful to try and explain to them. Look at how unmanageable my life was. You guys knew I used when I used, is what I would say. I OD'd in the hospital because drugs were my highest value. I couldn't stay away from them. That tells you that I've changed.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah,
my
I
life
literally
doesn't look
couldn't
like
stay
that
away from
anymore.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm in a program to try and help other people get out of having a life that is drug-based in values.
Yeah. And addiction. Because I've come to terms with my addiction. I have a very strong grasp on it. If it wasn't for the system fucking me over, I'm gonna say that.
I genuinely believe that you should prepare.
I am gonna prepare. I didn't prepare for my other review board.
I wish you would stop.
I know. I don't think anyone actually enjoys it if they live on the unit. It's just kind of annoying, and I think he knows that. Is there a girl on the unit?
Yes,
Who?
always. A new one.
Onion, eh?
A new one. Onion. That's gonna be your new name. You're gonna be Onion Yellow Franchise.
What? What is Yellow
The
Franchise?
third.
The third. Not even with the D. The third.
Onion Yellow Franchise, the third.
The third.
He doesn't need to yell. Can't he sing quietly?
No, so Darren, Darren Noddle, he was given music lessons, and he intentionally was like, hold the fucking napkin to your face. If you can sing without it moving, like, then you're doing it right. And he was like, no, fuck that.
So loud.
Yeah, he just yells. If he ever gets into, like, professional singing, he has a very short lifespan. You should tell him that. See if that works.
It would devastate him.
So? I don't see the significance of that statement. Hey, Alec! Fucking stop yelling or you won't be singing for long.
Short lifespan.
Short. No, I didn't mean literally like he's gonna die.
Oh, he's done. Yeah, there's
Percocet. Onion Percocet.
Perceptor student.
Oh. Practicum.
Yeah, and so she's working. And she's not that attractive, but she's attractive enough that Alec wants to impress her.
Well, he just wants the compliments.
Yeah, gratitude whore, or gratitude whore. I'm a gratitude whore.
I'm a gratitude whore too.
Validation whore.
I'm starting to get the fucking caffeine withdrawals. I'm not gonna drink. I'm just very tired.
That's good. Your body is figuring out that it has a normal rhythm to go to sleep at. You'll start to bring in, trust me, you'll start to like routine. Where you start going, I don't like staying up until 1 or 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Although, I'm 12 years older than you. Yeah.
Excusez-moi?
Your turn.
Okay, so I want to do my cough stuff again. Stuff.
Your dog stuff.
My cock stuff. Cock stuff.
Yeah, that's what that looked like. Yeah, what about it? Off stuff.
Well, I was literally doing that right before you phoned. Is the PDE5, which is sildenafil, which is Viagra. Fucking what the fuck? Did you cough and do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, the cough was cut off.
Coughed off.
Coughed off.
That's what happened. I coughed off.
Cough, 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 cough,
You
cough.
can do it. Look at the butt. Okay. So you already know that was well played. Oh, no. Bad play. Not
I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
ungood.
Ungood. It was in good.
That was
A good. Why is only the bottom half of that visible?
the bottom half of what?
The Fresca bottle. See, look, the bottom half is the only part that's visible.
Weird. Okay, so you're gonna start doing your cough stuff again.
Yeah, hopefully. I've been saying,
What do you mean, hopefully?
I'm gonna, what?
Stop reading other people's messages to you.
Hey, fine.
For
Okay.
so cough stuff.
Yeah, so I'm gonna start researching it again. I haven't researched it in like months because I've been too busy doing other shit.
Yeah, that's fair. You are doing other stuff. You are busy, and don't put too much fucking pressure on yourself. You got a board coming up.
I want to get it done before the application date for next year's school year.
Which is
March.
okay. So if you have a deadline, you know. Okay, so then you need to break it down. Start. What has Smart Recovery? This is a good time to use some of this stuff. Smart
Smart
Recovery.
goals.
Yes. Use it, or at least Google, maybe if you want, how to create goal planning worksheets. Something that speaks to you. And then plan it out. I actually use the goal planning change worksheet every week. Half the time I don't stick to it. But it's there. And if I literally just say, I'm just going to stick to this, I could. Right? Like one of them is like 15 minutes of exercise a day. It's not like I couldn't do it. I just don't.
What happens with the 30 days of goal thing that we did? You want to do that?
It worked the first couple of times, and then it almost seemed like you kind of got used to it. And
Sorry.
then neither of us really I sort of recognized that I was somewhat sort of chasing you around on it. And then you ended up back at FPH. And then we both ended up back at FPH, and neither of us did it. Do you want to do that? Yeah, we can do it if you want to.
Yeah, I want to do like an hour of it every day.
Okay.
30 minutes at least.
Okay, so there. Right? Make it small.
Yeah.
How about you start with 20 minutes?
Okay, 20 minutes.
Something small, Brendan, so 20 minutes a day. Or you can go with half an hour on certain days. Take a look at your schedule. maybe you don't want to do it every day. You've got 3 full days right now,
Mm-hmm.
right? So if you looked at your schedule and you go out with your brother on Saturdays, typically. So are you going to do it realistically on Saturdays?
Yeah, maybe at the end of the day.
Maybe.
Maybe they're back before 6. Clean start.
So take a look at your schedule. If you think you can handle 20 minutes a day, 7 days a week, or 6 days a week, and if you do more, great. But that's your minimum. Or you could look at your schedule and say, for 3 days a week, I'm going to do an hour each of those days, and pick the days, make them specific, pick out a time.
Oh my god. I'm just gonna do every day, and I'm thinking about doing an alarm clock, but it's not gonna be consistent.
Okay, so every day, what, 20 minutes a day?
20 minutes. I will do something related to the cough.
Okay, there you go. I think you'll feel pretty good about yourself. Starting when?
Today. Tomorrow. Today.
Okay. I think you've already been working on it, so.
For like 2 minutes.
I will figure out something that is important to me to do. That I actually want to assign time for. No.
Reading.
Well, I've got audiobooks.
Yeah, but I want you to read.
Oh, you're deciding mine?
No, that's presumptuous. That's not what presumptuous means.
Do I have anything that I want to read?
I don't know.
I don't know if I do. My audiobooks are the things I would have liked to have actually read so I could highlight them.
Yeah. Maybe you should write down stuff with your audiobooks or something like that.
I have one that I think I would like to read. Okay, good enough. And I can get some out of storage.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I will. I'll go with that.
What are you
So
reading? Wait. What are you reading?
Oh no, I'm gonna have to figure out which one I want. But I'll do that, and I will assign. I'm actually gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna go with 20 minutes.
What about Tuesdays with Morrie?
I've already read that.
Okay.
No, it's incredible. You were gonna read that.
Yeah. After the Satanic Bible, hit that up. The Satanic Bible short.
I'll figure something out. And then I genuinely kind of want to do the exercise part because I hate being on A4 and feeling like my body is getting weaker. Oh my god, your head on the top makes such a good companion for conversation.
I'm going to sleep after this, honestly.
That's so brave.
That's so brave.
I love you.
Wait, hold on. What are you doing?
Well, I should get going because I've got to go pee. We're not allowed to use the bathroom at our home, and I've got to get ready.
What the fuck? Michael!
Brendan, please just tell me you love me.
I love you!
And apparently a little too much.
Yes, idealized love. Where you are actually a negative for my life and didn't save my life. The contradictions that they put in there is just crazy.
Please don't let. You are the person who gets to judge these things.
Yes.
You also are the person who gets to decide if other people's judgments matter.
Yeah.
If our relationship becomes an issue,
We will sort it out, not them.
yeah, that's right. And
It's just they fucking probably Feruza, you know? It's probably just that fucking Feruza girl.
I honestly don't care. I can't even be bothered to bring them into the context of my thinking of our friendship.
Yeah.
I wouldn't change our friendship for it. And in fact, I think we've evolved quite naturally to a healthier place.
Yeah.
And neither one of us would be here without you. So,
I know.
I'm good. I'm good. Alright.
Okay. I love you.
I love you.
I love you.
I'm going to go work in canteen and peddle my wares.
Yes. Okay, yes, would you like to buy my wares? I got you.
One
Rice.
is a picture of you. So,
What?
we'll see. Well, I've got several pictures.
You're gonna sell pictures of me?
I just cut myself out of it. So I'm just gonna sell those at canteen. We'll see who buys them.
Oh my god, Michael.
Yeah. God, I look fat. Look how fat we both look.
I am a fatty. Have you seen the 2-year anniversary photos? Or the 1-year anniversary photos? I look fucking huge. Now I don't look so big.
No, you don't. Alright,
Okay. Okay.
Love you. Good night.
Good night. No, what do you mean good night? Whoa. Okay, I love you.
Yeah, you said you're gonna go to bed.
Well, no, I'm gonna take a nap.
Oh, you're gonna take a nap and then be up all night, Brendan.
No, I'm not gonna be up all night. I'm not gonna be up all night. I'm just taking a 30-minute
like
nap.
a 20-minute nap.
Yeah.
Don't sleep longer than 30 minutes.
Okay, I'll try not to.
Brent, you will if you want.
Probably won't.
I love you. Good night.
I know, I love you.
Possibly talk later.
Yeah, I'll go to bed at like 10. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Good night. I love you.
Love you. Good night.
Alright.
Bye.